Hello, welcome everyone to the Indian Online School. Today we are going to give like a demo session for Grade 7 SASMO. Okay, so this is like a specifically curated session for you all. Okay, so for that I will be sharing my screen. Okay, so now we are going to start with the first question what we have. So if we are going to start with the first question, so as you can see, the first question which is written over here is find the value of the following. Okay, which is 2022 minus 1876 plus 1979 plus 4876. Correct? So yes, this question we can solve like simply if we know if we are going to solve it in a way however it is given over here to us. But let's do something else so we can like solve it very easily. So how what we can do for that, we can see we have four numbers over here. Okay, so if I'm going to see this number and this number, okay, both numbers ends with the digit 6, and if we are going to match their tens digit, that is also same. If we are going to match their 100 digit, that is also same. Correct? And since this is a negative integer, the negative number, so we need to subtract them. Correct? So what we can do, we can make the pair of these two groups. Okay, so if we are going to make the pairs of these two groups, so it will be 4876 minus 1876. Then rest of the digits we will write as it is. Okay, so we are getting 1979 plus 2022. Got it? Now when we are going to solve it, so what we need to do, we need to subtract these two numbers. Okay, so when we are going to subtract these two numbers, so we will be getting what? We will be getting 3000. Okay, and these two numbers we are supposed to add, and when we are adding these two numbers, so we will be getting what? 4001. Correct? So when we are now, what we need to do, we have two numbers and both are positive, we need to add them. After adding them, we are getting what? 7001. So this is a like very easiest method to solve these type of questions. Got it? Let's move to the next question. If we are moving towards the next question, so the next question, okay, we need to go with the language of the question, then only we will be able to solve that. So the question is saying if a is an odd integer, okay, a is an what? A is an odd integer. B and C both are even integers. Okay, a is an odd integer, both B and C are even integers. So which of the following is not true? Okay, which of the following will not be true? So now in this question, we need to go with the option by option. But before going with the option by option, I just want to tell you one thing. So there is a one pattern. If you notice over there, so this is whenever we have an even number and we are subtracting any odd number from that. Okay, we have even number and when we are subtracting any odd number from that, so always we will be getting odd number in an answer. Okay, and when we have okay, and whenever we are multiplying any odd number with another odd number, okay, so we will be getting odd number in our answer. Okay, understood? And when we are multiplying any odd number with even number, the result will always be an even number. Okay, these are the things that we need to remember to make the whole calculation easier for us. Okay, even number minus odd number, we will be getting odd number always. And whenever we are multiplying any odd number with the odd number, we will be getting an odd number. And whenever we are multiplying odd number with an even number, we will be getting an even number. Understood? So now let's apply all these things over here in this question. So if we are going with the option A, option A is saying that C minus A times A is an odd number. Okay, this is the question is saying. Okay, this is an odd number. So what we can see over here, C is what? C is an even number. So what we can write? We can write even number. I am writing E for even number. Then I need to subtract A from that. What is A? A is an odd number. So when I am subtracting even number and odd number, in result I will be getting what? I will be getting an odd number. Understood? Now, according to the question, according to the first option, I need to multiply it with A, and A is what? A is again an odd number. And when I am multiplying an odd number with an odd number, so my answer will be what? My answer will be odd number. So this is true. Okay, the first option is true only. Now when we are moving to the option B, so option B is saying that B minus A times C is even number. Okay. So B is what? B is an even number again. And A is what? A is an odd number again. So even minus odd is odd. That we all know now. Correct? Now I need to multiply it with C. And C is what? C is an even number. Now we can see over here. Odd number times even number. Every time I will be getting what? An even number. Okay, that is already given over here. So which means this option B is also true. Correct? Now we will move towards option C. So when we are going to the option C, so option C is saying that B minus A times C square. Okay, B minus A times C square. So B is what? B is an even number. A is an odd number. Okay, again I am doing even number minus odd number. When I am doing even number minus odd number, I will be getting an odd number times C square. C square, which means what? Even number. Even number square. So every now one more thing that you need to remember. When I'm doing even number square, I will be getting an even number only. Okay, let's take an example. If I'm doing 2 square, I will be getting 4 only. Correct? And when I'm doing odd number square, any odd number square randomly, if I'm doing 3 square, then answer also I'm getting an odd number only. Understood? Okay, so now here it is odd times even number square. So odd times even number square is even number only. When I'm doing odd times even number, so I will be getting what? I will be getting an even number. Okay, so my answer will be what? My answer will be even number. And here it is given over here to that odd number. The answer, whatever we are going to get, that should be an odd number. But that is not true. So what we can say that option C is not true over here. Understood? Option A, option B, option D, all are true, but option C is not true. So the question is asking which one is not true. So option C is not true. Understood? Okay. Let's move to the next question. Since we are moving to the next question, so as we can already see, this question is related to the logical reasoning. Okay, so what is the question over here? Question is saying that what is the next number in the sequence below? And what is the sequence? As we can see, 13, then 20. Then 29, then 40, then 53, then 68. Okay. So let's try to find out that what pattern they are following over here. So for that, what we can do, our first number is 13, our second number is 20. If I'm finding the difference between them, so what I can say, it is increasing by 7. Correct? Now, when I'm talking about the second number and the third number, so I can see the difference between these two numbers is 9. And afterwards, the difference increases by 2 and it becomes 11. Again, the difference increases by 2 and it becomes 13. Again, the difference increases by 2 and it becomes 15. Correct? So, according to this pattern, the next term, the difference between the next term and this 68 has to be 17 only. Okay, because what we are doing, we can see over here, the differences are the consecutive odd number. Every time when we are moving to the next term, what we can see, the differences are the consecutive odd number always. Correct? So according to this pattern, the next number should be 17 greater than this 68. And if I'm doing 68 plus 17, so what I will be getting? I will be getting 85. Understood? So my next pattern should be what? My next pattern should be 85. So my next term should be 85 in this pattern. So option C is a correct answer for that. Now we are moving towards question number 4. So now the question number 4 is saying that Emma is paid $8 an hour for the first 6 hours. Okay. For the first 6 hours, she is paying $8 per hour. Okay. $8 per hour. Now she works during her shift. Okay. Whatever the timing she is working. So for that, for the first 6 hours, she is getting $8 per hour. Now for every hour after the first 6 hours, she is getting B dollars. Okay. After 6 hours, for the every hour she is getting B dollars. Now if she works for the 12 hour in one shift, okay, she is working for the 12 hour. Okay, her total duration, we are going according to the question. So the total duration what is given to us is what? That is 12 hour. Correct. And if we are going to divide this 12 hours, since according to the question, for the first 6 hours, she is getting $8 per hour. Correct. So this 12 we can divide into two parts, like 6 hours and 6 hours, correct? So for the first 6 hours, she is getting $8 for every hour. Okay. So if we have 6 hours and she is getting $8 for every hour, so she is getting total $60. Correct? Now, if we are going rest of the 6 hours, so according to the question, after the first 6 hours, okay, this is the first half, this is the second half. So after first 6 hours, whatever is remaining, she is paid $B an hour. She is paid $B an hour. So again, we can see if 6 hours are there, and for 1 hour she she is paid for the $B. So the total amount will be what? $6B. Understood? Now the question is asking what is her average hourly wage for that shift. For that particular shift, the question is asking about the average hourly wage. So that will be what? How do we find the average? For average, we need to find do the total. Whatever the observations are there, we need to find their sum. Then we need to divide it with the number of total observations or the total of things, whatever is given to us. Correct? So the total, wages, whatever the total wages is 6A plus 6B. Correct? That should be the total wage. Now the total number of observation, which means total number of hours. So total number of hours we have 12. So when we are going to solve it, so what we are getting, we can take 6 common from here. A plus B will be remaining and we can write 12 over here. Now we can cut them. After cutting them, we will be getting A plus B by 2. Got it? So our answer has to be option number D, which is A plus B by 2. Understood? Okay. Now we are moving to the next question. So the next question over here is we need to find the last digit of the product of 4 raised to the power 2022 times 9 raised to the power 2024. Okay. So in this question, what we can see? So we can see the power is a very huge and we are not able to solve this huge power. Even calculate will not give you the correct answer when you are solving this huge power. So what we can do over here? Okay. So for this, we are having one trick, one simple trick that we can use over here. In every type of question, whenever we are getting these type of question, this trick will work always. Okay. So what is that trick? So see, if we are looking at the 4, okay, because the base number is 4 only, and we can see it is raising to the sum power. So what is the properties regarding 4? So properties regarding the 4 raised to the power anything is, when 4 is raising to the power 1, we are getting 4. When 4 is raising to the power 2, we are getting 16, which means 6 at the unit place, because the question is also asking the last digit. When we are raising 4 raised to the power 3, so we will be getting what? We will be getting 64. And that ends with the power 4. Correct? As you can see over here. Okay, so after that, you will be seeing like some pattern over there. Okay, so when we are multiplying 4 for the 3 times, we will be getting 64 and the last digit is 4 only. When we are raising 4 to the power 4, we will be getting 256. And as we can see, the last digit is what? 6. So you can see that after every, the second number, the same power is there. Correct? So what we can see that the last digit of the powers of the 4 repeat in the pattern. Okay, what is the pattern? They are repeating in the pattern like 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, like that it is going on. Correct? And if we are going to the last digit of this power, that is 2. So 4 raised to the power 2 is what? 16. And the last digit is what? Last digit is 6 only. So for 4 raised to the power 2022, we can see the last digit has to be 6 only. Understood? Now the next base what we have is 9. So let's see that what are the pattern for this 9. When 9 is raising to the power 1, we will be getting 9. When 9 is raising to the power 2, we will be getting 81. When 9 is raising to the power 3, we will be getting 729. Okay, now you can see the pattern. Okay, yes, so you can notice that pattern very clearly over here. So this unit digit is 1, then 1, 9, then 1, then 9. And when we are raising 9 to the power 4, we will be getting 6,561. And that also ends with 1 only. Correct? So if we are talking about the nines pattern, so it continues with 9, 1, then 9, then 1. So again, what we can say, the last digit of the powers of the 9 repeat in the pattern of 9, 1, 9, 1, 9, 1, like that only. Okay. So now if we are going to look over here, so if we can see that 9 is raising to the power 2024 and the powers and digit is 4 only. So when we are going to the power 4, we will be getting the AND digit over here. The last digit over here is 1. Okay, so it should ends with what? It will ends with 1 only. Correct? So now when we are doing 6 times 1, we will be getting 6 because the question is asking about the last digit of the product. So we need to solve that much only. Okay. So after that, we are getting what? We are getting 6. So 6, option C will be our correct answer. Understood? Now we are moving to the next question. Since we are moving to the next question, so let's read the next question first. Next question is saying that Tom spent $450 on clothes. Okay, whatever the amount he had, so he spent $450 on the clothes. So we are writing it over here. Okay, on the clothes he spending $450 and 40%. Okay, after spending $450, whatever is remaining, we don't know that how much is remaining. So after spending $450, whatever is remaining, 40% of that remaining amount. Okay, 40% of that remaining money he's spending on the school stationery. Okay, on the school stationery. Okay, so after spending like 40% of the remaining money, so what is left? He is left with 60% of the remaining money. Correct? Logically, we can like place it over here. He is left with 60% of the remaining money. Okay, so if we are going to like take a total, so from the total $450 he has already invested in the clothes. Now this portion is remaining. So from this portion, 40% of this portion he invested and he spent in what? In his school stationery. Okay, this portion. So this what is the remaining? This 60% is remaining, no, correct? So we are taking that 60% only. Now, if he had 26.25% of his sum of his sum of money left, which is what? According to our logic, the leftover money should be 60% of the remaining. Okay. And that 60% of the remaining is equals to the 26.25% of the whole sum. Understood? So what we can say, the 60% of the remaining money is equals to the 26.25% of the whole sum. Correct? That we can say. So from here, if we are going to derive, so what we can say that 100% of remaining money if we are taking. If we are taking 100% of remaining money, so that will equals to what? That will equals to 26.25% times 100 by 60. Correct? That we can do. So if we are solving in a that way, so we will be getting what? So 100% of the remaining money, which means the remaining money should be what? Remaining money should be 43.75% of the original sum. Okay. Remaining money would be, that would be 43.75% of original sum, whatever the amount he had. Okay. So for that, what we can do, so we already know that $450 he spent over there on the clothes. Okay. So from if 100%, we are subtracting this 43.75%. So that will equals to that $450 now. Because when we are going to add $450 in the remaining sum, so we will be getting total money. Okay, so that's why we are doing this. So we will be getting what? So that will be 56.25% of the original sum. If we, because when we are going to subtract these two, we will be getting 56.25%. Okay, so this $450 is 56.25% of the total sum what he had. Okay, so if we are going to find that, so what we will be getting, like $450 times 100 divided by 56.27. And when we are going to solve it, so we will be getting what? We will be getting $800. Okay, so that is the amount what he had at first, which is option number C. Understood? So what we did, we haven't tried to solve this question by taking variables. We can solve it by taking variables as well, okay? But it's again, it is very time consuming and it will little bit complex process if we are going in that way, and a little bit typical as well. So that's why we will solve it in a very simple way, okay? Now the next question. As we are going to the next question, so what we can see that how many numbers are there that appear in both sequences below. Okay, so we can see the sequence below. The first is 28, then 34, then 40, then 46, and it is going till 1000. Okay, it is going till 1000. So if we are going to see the pattern, so difference between 28 and 34 is 6. Difference between 34 and 40 is also 6. Difference between 40 and 46 is also 6. Okay. And if we are going over here in the next one, so the difference is 11. Difference between these two terms is also 11. Difference between these two terms is also 11. Correct. So, okay, everybody, I will tell you one new thing over here. Now, what is that new thing? So, whenever we are having any series, okay, any series such like, the series is there. Suppose the series is, if I'm saying that 2, then 4, okay, then 6, then 8, then 10, and like so on. So what I can see over here in my series, if I'm finding the difference, so every time my difference is same. Correct. Every time my difference is, the common difference is same in every term. Doesn't matter like till how many terms I'm going. Every time if I'm finding the difference as same, so that series becomes that series becomes an AP series. Okay, that series become an AP series. AP series means the arithmetic progression. Okay, that series becomes an AP series. Okay, so in AP series, generally the first term we are taking as A. Okay, and the common difference, whatever the common difference between the two terms, that has to be same. If it is not same, then it is not gonna be the AP series. So common difference has to be same and we are going to take it as a D. So these two series, what we can say, these two series are also an AP series. Understood till here? So now, when we are moving further, so the question is saying that how many numbers are there that appear in both the sequences below? Okay, which means the number should be here in this sequence as well. The number should be here in this sequence as well. Correct? So the common difference in the first sequence is 6 only, and the common difference in the second sequence is 11 only. Correct? So hence what we can say, the common difference between the common terms, okay, whatever the common terms will be there in this series and in this series, so that has to be 6 times 11, 66 only, because the common difference over here is 6 and the common difference over here is 11. Okay, so the term what is here and what is here in both the series, so the common difference for that term should be what? So common difference for that term should be 6 times 11, which is 66. Okay, so now if we are going like that, so we can find that the first common number is 76. Okay, the first common number is gonna be 76, because when we are going to like proceed this series further, so we can get 76. Okay, so the first common term in both the series, that will be what? That will be 76 only. So if 76 is the first common term, so next term will be what? Next term will be 76 plus 66. Correct? Next term will be 76 plus 66. And after that, the next term will be 76 plus 66 plus 66. Correct? This is the pattern, like how we need to go. And we will go, okay, we will go like that only, like 76, then 76 plus 66, then 76 plus 66 plus 66. And then we are going till 1000. Okay, after that we are going till 1000, because the last term over there in this series is given to us, which is 1000 only. Correct. So we need to find that how many terms are there like that. So the number of terms we are going to represent by n. Okay. So we need to find the number of terms only, and we know the last term, which is 1000. Okay. So you can note down the formula for this. Formula for this is for any AP series. We are having a formula an. An is the whatever the term, the nth term. That is gonna be a plus n minus 1 into d. A plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, this is gonna be the formula what we are going to use for finding nth term. It could be any term. Okay, we know the number of terms, we know the common difference, we know the first term, we can find it. So here a is what? A is 76 only. Correct? Because a is the first term that we already know. So a is 76 only. If we are talking about the common difference, that has to be 66 only. And if we are going to talk about the nth term, because nth term is already given to us, which is 1000, but n is not given to us, that we are supposed to find. So for that, we will use the same formula. So an is equals to what? 1000. A is 76 plus n minus 1 into d is 66. When we are going to solve it, so we will be getting what? 1000 minus 76 divided by 66 plus 1. That has to be what? That has to be the value of n. When we are solving it, so we will be getting what? We will be getting 15. After solving the entire equation, we will be getting 15. So 15th term. So there are 15 terms in which we can get the same number in both the series. So answer has to be option B, which is 15. Got it? So now we are moving towards our next question. So the next question is related to geometry, area and perimeter. As we can see, the diagram below shows the square of the side 84 centimeter, which means the length of this side is 84 centimeter. With three semicircles. Okay, three semicircles are here. As you can see, first semicircle this, second semicircle is this, and the third one is this. Along its three sides of the square. This is on this side, and this semicircle is on this side, and this semicircle is on this side. Got it? Now, what is the area in centimeter square of the shaded region? We are supposed to find the area of these three regions. Okay, first we try to understand this whole figure. As we can clearly see that this whole figure is divided into like three semicircles are there, correct? We are supposed to find the area of shaded region only. Okay, we need to find the area of shaded region. How can we find that? So you can see shaded region is this part, shaded region is this part. What if I'm going to put this part over here? If I'm putting this part over here like this, okay, so it will make the complete semicircle. Correct. If I'm going to like put it over there, so it will make complete semicircle. Okay, as you can see over here, so it will make a complete semicircle. Okay, now it is a complete semicircle. So instead of adding, subtracting the areas and then finding the area of the shaded portion, we can simply see that if it is by mixing this figure over here, by merging this figure over here, we are getting one semicircle only. So we can find the area of semicircle only. Correct. Now the question is, what is the area of semicircle? So that is pi r square by 2. Correct. And here r is what? What is the radius? As we can see, the side of the square is the diameter of the semicircle. Okay. So the radius becomes what? If the diameter is 84 centimeter, so radius becomes what? Radius become 84 by 2, which is 24 centimeter. Correct. So we can solve it. So at the place of pi, we are supposed to put 22 by 7, which is already given over there in the question. So 22 by 7 times r square is 84 by 2 square. Okay, and we need to divide the whole thing by 2. You can write it in this form as well. Okay, now when we are solving it, so we will be getting 22 by 7 times 84 by 2 times 84 by 2, and then we need to divide it by 2, so it becomes 2 only. This 2 and this 2 we can cut. From this 7 it will be cutted by 12 times. Okay, and then this we can cut 42 times. Okay, now when we are going to multiply each and everything, so we will be getting what? We are getting 2772 centimeter square. This will be the first option, and first option is gonna be our answer. Okay, everyone. So the next question what we have right now is we have a 6-digit number which is 75A2B8. Okay, and that is a multiple of 36. Multiple of 36 means that this number is completely divisible by 36. Correct? This number is completely divisible by 36. Okay, and when any number could be divisible by 36, when the entire number is divisible by 4 and 9 both. Okay, then we can say that the particular number is divisible by 36. Okay, so now what we will do over here, what we can see, since this number is divisible by 6, so this number should be divisible by 4 and 9 both. So let's see that what is the rule for the 4. If we are going, so what is the rule for 4, that any number could be divisible by 4? So the 4 should be the last 2 digits. Okay, last 2 digits should be divisible by 4. Okay, so if we are going in the last 2 digits of this particular number, so that is B8. So B8 should be divisible by 4. And when B8 can be divisible by 4? When the value of B, if we are going to put 0, so it becomes 08. Correct? It becomes 08 and it is divisible by 4. When we are going to put the value of B as 2, then it is divisible by 4. When we are going to put the value of B as 4, then it is divisible by 4. When we are going to put the value of B as 6, then it is divisible by 4. And when we are going to put the value of B as 8, then also it is divisible by 4. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values of B. Okay, we are not supposed to take all the values, but we will see that which value will work with the value of A, then we can find that. Now, when we are talking about the rule of 9, so rule of 9 is what? The sum of all the digits. Okay, sum of all digits should be divisible by 9. Okay, sum of all digits should be divisible by 9. So if we are going with that, so what we can see, okay, so when we are going to add all the digits of this particular number, 7 plus 5 plus A plus 2 plus B plus 8. When we are adding all the digits of this number, we will be getting what? We will be getting 22. 22 plus A plus B. Okay. So what we can add over here? So this whole number will be will become will divisible by 9. Okay. So what we can put at the place of A plus B? So 9 3s are 27. Okay. And for that, if we are going to put there are two possible values for this A plus B. So it could be 6 or it could be 40. It could be 6 or it could be 40. It could be 6, A plus B could be 6, or it becomes 14. Okay. So when we are going to solve this value, because according to the question, the value has to be the large as possible, as large as possible. Okay. So if we are taking the value of A plus B as 14, because this is the largest value what we can put over anywhere. Okay. So if we are going to put it over there, so we will be getting what? We will be getting, and the value of B we are taking as 5. And the value of B we are taking as 5. And we are taking the value of A is 9. A's value, we are putting 9 over here. So the value of B, we are getting what? Value of B, we are getting 5, which is not here. Okay, which is not the required value of B we can put. Okay, so that is Not divisible by 4, so it will not work over there. Now, if we are taking the value of a plus b as 14 again, okay, but this time we are putting the value of a as yes. So if we are taking the value of a plus b, and if we are putting the value of b over 6 over here according to the question, okay, what is that we all the values we have already derived. Okay, so if we are going to put those values over here, so if we are going to put the value of b as 6, okay, so the value of a, what we are going to get, okay, this will be, if we are putting the value of b as 6, the value of a we are getting as 8. Okay, so 8 plus 6 is 14, and we can get our answer. So the value of a we can put as 8. Okay, so what we can do over here, what we can see, so the question is asking what is the value of a minus b. So the a's value we are taking as 8, the b's value we have taken as 6. So 8 minus 6, we are getting what? 2. So our answer has to be 2. Because the a's value we need to take the largest one. If we are taking 9, it is not working over. That's why we have taken 8. If we are going to take 8, we are getting the value of b as 6. And 6 is a like one of the possibility for the value of b. So we can put it over there. Correct, and we can get our answer. Understood what we can do? Okay, everyone. So I hope that you have understood all the questions very well. Okay, thank you, everybody.